From their game of dice, men separate. He who hath lost remains in sadness fixed, revolving in his mind what luckless throws he cast. But meanwhile all the company go with the other. One before him runs, and one behind his mantle twitches. One fast by his side bids him remember him. He stops not, and each one to whom his hand is stretched well knows he bids him stand aside, and thus he from the press defends himself.
In such was I, and that close crowding throng, and turning so my face around to all and promising, I escaped from it with pains. Here of Arezzo him I saw, who fell by Gino's cruel arm, and him beside, who in his chase was swallowed by the stream. Here Frederick Novello, with his hand stretched forth, entreated, and of Pisa he, who put the good Marzucco to such proof of constancy. Count Orso I beheld, and from its frame a soul dismissed for spite and envy, as it said, but for no crime.
I speak of Peter de la Brosse, and here while she yet lives, that lady of Brabant, let her beware, lest for so false a deed she heard with worse than these. When I was freed from all those spirits who prayed for others' prayers to hasten on their state of blessedness, straight I began, O thou my luminary, it seems expressly in thy text denied that heaven's supreme decree can ever bend to supplication. Yet with this design do these entreat, can then their hope be in vain?
Or is thy saying not to me revealed? He thus to me, both what I write is plain, and these deceive not in their hope. If well thy mind consider that the sacred height of judgment doth not stoop because of love's flame, in short moment all fulfills, which he who sojourns here in right should satisfy. Besides, when I point, concluded thus, by praying no defect could be supplied, because the prayer had none access to God, yet in this deep suspicion rest thou not, contented unless she assured thee so, who betwixt truth and mine infuse light. I know not if thou take me right, I mean Beatrice, her thought shall behold above upon the mountain's crown, fair seat of joy.
Then I, Sir, let us mend our speed, for now I tire not as before, and lo, the hill stretches its shadow far. He answered thus, Our progress with this day shall be as much as we may now dispatch, but otherwise than thou supposest is the truth. For there thou canst not be, ere thou once more behold him back returning, who behind the steep is now so hidden that, as erst, his beam thou dost not break. But lo, a spirit there stands solitary, and toward us looks. It will instruct us in the speediest way. We soon approached it. O thou Lombard spirit, how didst thou stand in a high abstracted mood, scarce moving with slow dignity thine eyes? It spoke not out, but let us onward pass, e'en as a lion on his watch.
But Virgil, with entreaty mild, advanced, requesting it to show the best assent. It answered to his question none returned, but our country and our kind of life demanded. When my courteous guide began, Mantua, the shadow, in itself absorbed, rose toward us from the place in which it stood, and cried, Mantua, I am thy countryman, Sordello. Each the other then embraced. Ah, slavish Italy, thou inn of grief, vessel without a pilot in loud storm.
Lady no longer of fair provinces, but brooded house impure this gentle spirit. Even from the pleasant sound of his dear land, was prompt to greet a fellow citizen. With such glad cheer, while now tie living ones in three abide, now without war, and one malicious gross, another, hey, of those whom the same wall and the same moat contains. Seek, wrecked one, around the sea coast wide, then homeward to thy booms turn, and mark if any part of three sweet peace enjoy.
What boots it thy reins, Justinian's hand? Refitted if the saddle be oppressed. No doth he now but aggravate thy shame. Ah, people, through obedience shouldn't live, and in the saddle let thy cedar sit. If well thou markest that which God commands, look how that beast to fellness hath relapsed, from having lost connection of the spur. Since to the bride thou dost set thine hand, O German Halbert, who has abandoned her, that is grown savage and unmanageable. When thou shalt clasp her flanks with forked heels, just judgment from the stars fell on thy blood, and be it strange and manifest to all, such as may strike the successes with their trade. For that, sire, and thou have suffered thus, through greediness of yonder realms obtained, the garden of the empire run waste.
Come, see the Capuleti and Montecchi, the Filippeschi and Monaldi men, who cares for enough, those sunk in grief and these with dire suspicion rack. Come, Creole one, come and behold the oppression of the nobles and mark their injuries, and thou mayst see what safety Santa Fiore can supply. Come and behold thy Rome, who calls on thee, desolate widow, day and night with moans. My Caesar, why dost thou desert my side? Come and behold what love among thy people, and if is no pity touch this for us, come and blush for thine own report. For me, if it be lawful, O Almighty Power.
Come and behold thy Rome, who calls on thee, desolate widow, day and night with moans. My Caesar, why dost thou desert my side? Come and behold what love among thy people, and if no pity touches thee for us, come and blush for thine own report. For me, if it be lawful, Almighty Power.
Who wast on earth for our sakes crucified? Are they just eyes turned elsewhere? Or is this a preparation in the wondrous depth of thy sage counsel made for some good end, entirely from a reach of thought cut off?
So are the Italian cities all enthralled with tyrants, and a great Marcellus made of very petty factious villagers. My Florence, thou mayst well remain unmoved at this digression which affects now thee, thanks to thy people who so wisely speed.
Many have justice in their heart, that long waiteth for counsel to direct the bow, or eddy it dart unto its aim, but thine have it on their lips' edge. Many refuse to bear the common burdens, Ready of thine answer uncalled, and cry, Behold, I stoop! Make thyself glad, for thou hast reason now, thou wealthy, thou at peace, thou wisdom fraught. Facts best will witness if I speak the truth.
Athens and Lacedaemon, who of all enacted laws for civil arts renowned, made little progress in improving life toward thee, who uses such nice suddenly that to the middle of November chase reaches the tree dough in October we vest.
How many times within your memory customs and laws and coins and offices have been by thee renewed and changed. If thou rememberest well and canst see clear, thou wilt perceive thyself like a sick wretch, who finds no rest upon her down, but oft shifting her side, short respite seeks from pain.